Hi, my name is Ziho Lee, and I'm a reconstructive urologist at Northwestern Medicine. Recently, we had the pleasure of publishing our multi-institutional reports on robotic ileal ureter replacement. We were very fortunate to have the opportunity to work with NYU and the University of Colorado to put together a high-volume experience on robotic ileal ureter replacement. Essentially, what the procedure is, it's a complex surgery in which a piece of intestine, namely ileum, is used to rebuild the ureters to replace essentially the devastated ureter. So traditionally, this procedure is performed via an open fashion, via a large incision. With increasing popularity of the robotic modality, we were able to publish our outcomes. So in our cohort, we had about 48 patients who underwent intracorporeal ileal ureter reconstruction. Our overall success rate was 91% at a median follow-up of 24 months. This was pretty significant because it does show relatively good success rates in repairing the most devastated of ureteral injuries. In our cohort, the average ureteral defect was 20 centimeters long, and actually 41% or 20 patients had a history of radiation. This is pretty significant because there is some concern about using ileum in the setting of previous radiation for ureteral reconstruction. While we did find that patients who underwent a robotic ileal ureter with a history of radiation did have a significantly lower success rate than those without radiation, our study does show that you can reconstruct these ureters with the ileal ureter procedure. So to be more specific, we had 3 failures in our group, and essentially what it showed was that patients who underwent radiation had about a 77% success rate, whereas patients who did not have radiation had a 100% success rate. Another key finding in our study was that about our major complication rate was 19%. This is not surprising, and it's pretty consistent with the literature out there that this is a very complex surgery. There is significant morbidity because not only are you performing a urinary reconstruction, you're also having to perform a bowel reconstruction. There were 9 complications. We had 5 urinary anastomotic leaks, 2 patients with abscesses, and 1 small bowel leak that did require an exploratory laparotomy, and 1 renal bleed that did require angioembolization. Lastly, another key finding is that in our cohort, we did have a very complex patient pathology. And the reason that we concluded this was because 39% or 19 patients had a concomitant abdominal pelvic reconstruction. So 9 of the patients underwent bladder augmentations, 5 underwent contralateral ureter reconstruction, and 5 other patients underwent other non-urologic related major abdominal surgery. We did conclude that based on our success rate, our greater than 2-year average follow-up, and our complex cohort, that robotic ileal ureter is an effective and durable treatment for patients with devastated ureteral injuries. This is a procedure that we would like to highlight that should be reserved as one of the last line options because it is extremely complex and there is a significant morbidity rate associated with this. But in the appropriately selected patient and the appropriate clinical scenario, this is a very effective option for reconstructive urologists to have in their tool belt. So thanks for listening in, and we'll see you next time.